My name is Maudie Wolf. I'm the director and producer of the short documentary Ballet Folklorico Cuicuilco. Thank you so much for checking out this campaign. The documentary shares the story of a small group of teenage dancers from a little old Texas town that went on to create a name for themselves, for their hometown, and for the Mexican heritage and culture they shared with audiences all over the country and beyond, thus setting the foundation for a tradition that would last not only decades, but for generations. This is a very personal project for me. Having grown up in Victoria, my family was very involved with the adventure that is the Ballet Folklorico. It was a fact I took for granted most of my life. While researching Ballet Folklorico in Victoria, Texas, I became obsessed with finding out how it actually got started. Imagine my surprise when I learned two important factors that changed the course of my project. One, how personally involved my family was even from the very beginning. And two, how one small group of teenage dancers, affectionately calling themselves Ballet Folklorico Cuicuilco, came together. They came together to commit to something bigger than themselves. They saw value in what they were doing, and they actually got celebrated for it. The more stories I heard, the more people I talked to, the more I realized that this was the story I wanted to share. This story deserved to be told. The story of Ballet Folklorico Cuicuilco. This is such a personal project for me that when I made the commitment to tell this story, I actually put my business on hold in Colorado and came home to Texas. The first half of 2019, I spent researching. I was learning as much as I could about the Ballet Folklorico Cuicuilco, those early days. But a big part of it was actually finding some of those dancers from the 60s, dancers, instructors, and even adult advisors who could give me their firsthand account of what it felt like, what was going on, and to give a different perspective. The second half of the year, I was blessed to begin filming interviews. And by the end of the year, I had collected over 200 hours of interview footage, as well as some photographs and even official performance programs. As 2020 began, all of the scheduled interviews and travel plans had to be canceled due to COVID-19 concerns. Now that the restrictions are starting to ease up, I am more determined than ever to finish this project. I've managed to raise enough money through self-funding and local donations to get to this point, and I'm about halfway done. But I need your help. The money I raise now will offset travel costs, which is expensive but very necessary, as well as the licensing for photos, video footage, and also music that I want to use. Having produced visual content for a variety of businesses for over a decade, this is actually my first step into documentary storytelling, and I couldn't have picked a more perfect story to tell. But I need your help. If you're able to, I would appreciate you to consider donating to this project. If you do, there are plenty of rewards listed below at a variety of donation tiers. And much like Ballet Folklorico Cuicuilco, this project is only made possible through the support of people who believe in it and want to see it happen. If you have any questions about this production, please leave a comment below and I will respond as fast as I can. Also, stay tuned for updates posted within this campaign so you can follow the process along the way. For me, it's all about the journey, not just the destination. And I'd love for you to be on this journey with me. Thank you so much for watching this video and considering donating to Ballet Folklorico Cuicuilco.
We needed to give the kids more so that we could train them and teach them. And Father Vincent wanted things to be done in a professional way. And even though we started very humble, we went higher than that. And the way we needed to do that was to show the kids the real, authentic Ballet Folklorico from Mexico, of Bellas Artes. And when we went, it was 30 in the group. And we saw the Ballet Folklorico, and that really motivated and excited the CYO group. And we came back and we did the same thing, a copy, an imitation, but the kids were just all for it. And from there on, we continue to improve. We continue to motivate the kids to go further and further. And when they said, I can't do it, we knew they could do it. We motivated them. We encouraged them that they could do it. It was in them to do it.
The people in Victoria had never really seen this type of production. And the fact that we had a 2-hour production and were able to share the different dances from the different regions that we had included. And it went off really well. People were in awe that, we had done all this by just the dedication that we had, and Liz's commitment to help us, the commitment from everybody. And I don't think that they really thought we could do it. And when I say they, I'm talking about just people that weren't involved in it. But we had a lot of citizens there from Victoria that we got so many praises for what we did. And they were just very impressed with the fact that we were able to put this together on our own. When I say on our own, we really didn't have that much money to work with, but with everybody working and pitching in, it happened. A lot of us were crying at the end of the show because we said, wow, we did it. And I still remember that that I said, yeah, but it's going to be better next year. But it was, every year we got better. And just the first year had to be the most exciting.
I think if I were to start a group, which I won't, but, I would definitely go back to that word, because just think of it. Cuicuilco. Somebody would have to ask you, because I wouldn't have been able to pronounce it, if I saw it. What's that? And you were able to explain, oh, we're part of a dancing group, and, and it brought us all together as one. And yeah, our foundation. It set our foundation that we were Cuicuilco. And that was the best time of my life.
For all of us, that were in those 3 years together, that we have remained friends all these years. And to this day, it's just like a family. Back then it was just like a family. And like I said, if it wouldn't have been for the CYO and Mr. Purvida and the Ballet Folklorico, I don't know where a lot of us would be today. We wouldn't have learned what we learned and try to do our best to get to that front line.
Who would have thought how it started with just a simple, production of dances from around the world? And for it to grow into what it is today, it's amazing. And I take a lot of pride. I take a lot of pride when I see other children dancing ballet. It brings back memories. Now we think, if they only knew, how it happened, how it started, and I'm glad you're doing this. People need to know, the ones that gave all their heart and soul to start it, like the drive, the ambition that Father Vincent had for us, the determination and patience that Liz had for us, the foundation, how it started. And now, even to this day, we run into people that were part of the CYO that in the beginning, and we have such fond memories, and we look back and we reminisce. And it's just amazing. It's like forever.